Tech research company OpenAI has just released an updated version of its text-generating artificial intelligence program called GPT-4 and demonstrated some of the language model's new abilities. Not only can GPT-4 produce more natural-sounding text and solve problems more accurately than its predecessor, it can also process images in addition to text. But the AI is still vulnerable to some of the same problems that plagued earlier GPT models: displaying bias, overstepping the guardrails intended to prevent it from saying offensive or dangerous things, and hallucinating, or confidently making up falsehoods not found in its training data. On Twitter, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman described the model as the company's most capable and aligned to date. Aligned means it is designed to follow human ethics. But it is still flawed, still limited, and it still seems more impressive on first use than it does after you spend more time with it, he wrote in the tweet. Perhaps the most significant change is that GPT-4 is multimodal, meaning it works with both text and images. Although it cannot output pictures, as do generative AI models such as DALL-E and Stable Diffusion, it can process and respond to the visual inputs it receives. Annette V., an associate professor of English at the University of Pittsburgh, who studies the intersection of computation and writing, watched a demonstration in which the new model was told to identify what was funny about a humorous image. Being able to do so means understanding context in the image. It's understanding how an image is composed and why, and connecting it to social understandings of language, she says. ChatGPT wasn't able to do that. A device with the ability to analyze and then describe images could be enormously valuable for people who are visually impaired or blind. For instance, a mobile app called Be My Eyes can describe the objects around a user, helping those with low or no vision interpret their surroundings. The app recently incorporated GPT-4 into a virtual volunteer that, according to a statement on OpenAI's website, can generate the same level of context and understanding as a human volunteer. But GPT-4's image analysis goes beyond describing the picture. In the same demonstration V watched, an OpenAI representative sketched an image of a simple website and fed the drawing to GPT-4. Next, the model was asked to write the code required to produce such a website, and it did. It looked basically like what the image is. It was very, very simple, but it worked pretty well, says Jonathan May, a research associate professor at the University of Southern California. So that was cool. Even without its multimodal capability, the new program outperforms its predecessors at tasks that require reasoning and problem-solving. OpenAI says it has run both GPT 3.5 and GPT-4 through a variety of tests designed for humans, including a simulation of a lawyer's bar exam, the SAT and advanced placement tests for high schoolers, the GRE for college graduates, and even a couple of sommelier exams. GPT-4 achieved human-level scores on many of these benchmarks and consistently outperformed its predecessor, although it did not ace everything. It performed poorly on English language and literature exams, for example. Still, its extensive problem-solving ability could be applied to any number of real-world applications, such as managing a complex schedule, finding errors in a block of code, explaining grammatical nuances to foreign language learners, or identifying security vulnerabilities. Additionally, OpenAI claims the new model can interpret and output longer blocks of text, more than 25,000 words at once. Although previous models were also used for long-form applications, they often lost track of what they were talking about. And the company touts the new model's creativity, described as its ability to produce different kinds of artistic content in specific styles. In a demonstration comparing how GPT 3.5 and GPT-4 imitated the style of Argentine author Jorge Luis Borges in English translation, V noted that the more recent model produced a more accurate attempt. "You have to know enough about the context in order to judge it," she says. "An undergraduate may not understand why it's better, but I'm an English professor. If you understand it from your own knowledge domain, and it's impressive in your own knowledge domain, then that's impressive."